is Black Series Edition LLC. Our second company is our Exotic Collection Screen Paints. Pretty soon we're going to be doing some pretty interesting stuff. So, got a chance to really look over the new living quarters. And um, as I was walking through the establishment, they're explaining to me all the different options, things I have, perks with the building that I have to work with. And one of the things they did say, and I got to go over it with them again, was there's a conference room in there. It's a conference room in there where I can basically schedule. I don't have to rent it out. I can actually schedule it for all different kinds of stuff. I can use it for, I can have business meetings there, which is pretty cool. I can have all kinds of basically I think they have one section for business meetings, and I forgot the other sections for, it's for something else. But anyway, it's fantastic because again, I can do YouTube videos down there, which is fantastic because it's a, where that noise is. It's a more professional setting, number one. Number two, it has all the office equipment I could possibly ever need without basically spending money for all this stuff at the end of the day. And I can do my YouTube videos down there, which are really professional. On top of that, it has these big glass windows, which is cool because I can show exposure to my technology on another level. So I'm gonna go back over there today and ask some questions about that conference room that they were showing off. Didn't really dawn on me because I was really more thinking about the apartment of the whole, looking at the apartment. But there's a huge, massive concert room in there. I'm thinking like, man, it has Wi-Fi back there. I can set up my projectors. I can do my YouTube videos right in that section right there. And then I had the exposure of people seeing my technology in and outside the building, which is fantastic. And that is going to be one of the things they said that actually comes with my apartment because it's a more of a higher package. So I'm definitely going to be utilizing that. So I'm going to have to invest in some Wi-Fi equipment for the projectors and everything else when you're down there. I think they said there is Wi-Fi available, but it's a business section. But they also have another section for conference meetings, and that'll be fantastic for me when I'm getting contracts together. I can bring my business associates there, and we can do a meeting right downstairs. I love it. So right now, if you notice, we're taking pictures and then putting them into one big, huge, massive library. That's what we're doing with some of the sections with the Crystal Edge site. It's going to be developed as a half and half. So what we're going to do is that site is going to be compressed and all our video demonstrations, pictures, all our testimonies are being pushed into that site. So when we're doing business with companies, they can go in and see the product on what they're going to be investing in. They can see the customer's reaction. They can see the tons of test demonstrations and outdoor demonstrations where pretty much will answer any question that they have about the product. So the Crystal Edge is going to have 3 different formulas that we will be designing for that company, for that particular setup. So right now I'm just going through my Facebook page and grabbing, no, that's my Facebook page. I'm going over my Wix account and we're just grabbing the tons of demonstrations that we have. I think I did, yeah, we have 1,000 reel for outdoor demonstrations. So those are done. We're going to do another one for ambient light. Ambient light demonstrations date back to 5 or 6 years. So that's going to be a lot of work right there by itself. So I have my timeline already set in for the new place, December the 6th. So I got to get cracking, Jackson. I got a lot of work in here to get done before that date kicks in. So a lot of work to do. A lot of paperwork. I'm trying to track down the demonstrations we did on the gray versus our product. But what you're seeing in the thumbnail, those are test demonstrations done in a real lit environment. Demonstrations I usually see on gray screen paints, they will be in a dark environment. They always do them in dark environments. If you watch anytime they're doing any demonstration against anyone else's products or tests against any kind of, try to do a test against certified screens, they will do these tests potentially in dark environments. And the reason why they do them in dark environments is because their screens have an extremely difficult time pulling up color and contrast. So they have to be in a dark environment to show something on their screen because it won't work in any other environment. When we do our test demonstrations on gray screens, we do them in extremely high, stressful, well-lit environments. So the customer sees exactly what they're getting and what they're not getting. That's why the picture you see in the thumbnail, you don't see any gray screen paints matching that thumbnail picture. And the reason why, as I told you before, a gray screen can't pull in an environment with that much light because, again, color and contrast are going to fail rapidly on the projector. This is why anytime you see a demonstration under gray screen paint, it will always be stuck in a dark environment because they can't pull in fully lit environments. And this is why they clearly state on their websites or wherever else, right, they're not ambient light rejection because they can't be ambient light rejection. It's not that they sit there and say they don't need it. You have to have ambient light rejection technology. It is a part of everything when it comes to home theater. It is a must to have it. And the reason why they say that they can't and don't need it because they can't produce it. That's why. That's so they can keep their screens in the dark. That's why. Well, we need all this for ambient light rejection display grid for this one. Right now we're looking for the other one. So that's why. So if anyone ever comes up and tells you in a YouTube video, oh, we don't need it, yes, you do. Because if the big boy screens like Black Diamond, DMP Super, all them big companies use ambient light rejection technology, and you don't, there's a reason why. Because you can't produce it, that's why. That's the problem. Oh, these are other ones right here, all ambient light. These are all tons of pictures. These are Bowmaker demonstration. Here's his product. We got tons of his demonstration. We don't need any more. We don't need them on page. We got the blacklist. That's the blacklist is designed for. All right. So no, they're not. This is why you're being told to calibrate. Anytime you're dealing with screens that automatically tell you to calibrate, there's a problem for the door. You should never have to calibrate a screen, not in this decade in time. Not as high tech these projectors are. You should never have to calibrate. That's what I find. I told you that I'm going to do a talk about that. How funny calibrating is. It's no, you don't calibrate projectors. Not in this decade in time, not with the machines we have now. It's a problem, it's the screen. If you think it comes down to the projector, not the projector's problem. And I love how people say, well, I spent all this money. Go to forum sites. I spent all this money for the screen. I don't care what you spent for the screen. You can't pull 100% contrast because your screen's gray. Can't see it. Even gunmetal screens don't pull 100% contrast. I don't even know where that even came from. Who started that nonsense that a dark gray screen or a light gray screen can pull a contrast level? Where did that even start from? Because last time I've been to any paint store to buy any black paint for testing on our products, I have never seen a gray or gunmetal screen in that category of that paint collection or selection. Never. So if it's not in that selection, then guess what? Your screen's not black. So stop telling those lies at the end of the day. Oh, weatherproof demonstrations. We can do a couple massive picture grids in here. We got demonstrations of screens in the snow. Oh, here they are. This is the ones we need right here. These are the ones showing our demonstrations against gray screens. All right, there we go. I'm going to take this whole, how much of this whole section can we get? Let me see. Oh, wow, we got a whole bunch of pictures in this one. All right, we got this whole, oh, got more in there too. It's more. Yeah, but the calibrating is nonsense. It is. You go in and you calibrate a projector. You go out and you spend money for more expensive projectors to produce it on a screen that can't see nothing at all. It can't pick it up. All right, I'm gonna take this whole section right here. That's the angry individual. Always angry about something. That's the angry individual. Mad and upset, angry. Upset because his products don't work. Oh, you got to test your products. I don't know what's worse. The fact that they don't test their products or the business is not registered. I don't know what's worse. But I got to test those products. And get mad about that. All right, I'm going to take this whole section right here. This whole section. This whole section right here for a test. Because when companies come in, we want to show them that no, doing a gray screen is not going to fix the problem. If you call yourself upgrading your product with a gray screen paint, you have failed already from the door. You've just literally painted, put a paint on your screen It can't see contrast. It's not ambient rejection technology. It doesn't have that capability. That's what you just did. You didn't really do anything of an improvement on your screen. And at that, as I said before, from this, what I've seen so far on some of these products, you're just better off, if you're going to go down that road, just go get house paint, because it's going to do the same thing. No, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. What in the world? Seriously? Really didn't ask for all that. Why in the world did they freaking pull all that up? We didn't ask for all that. I gotta go and do this again. Dagnammit. We didn't need all that. We just needed what we needed. It kept going on and on and on. We didn't ask for all that. I need this whole section. I don't need all that. Let's try that one again. And pull that whole section. Now, like I said, if this was 10 years ago and you painted your screen with a gray screen, it would have been an improvement. Not now. Not now. It's not an improvement at all, period. If any of those gray screens could do exactly what we could have said, it could have matched any of the match or better demonstrations. How many did we pull out? We posted. It was quite a lot. And we still got a bunch of videos we posted yesterday. The reason why we're posting all these videos like this because we're flooding. That's what we're doing. So when we flood, that means basically anybody who types in anything, we pop up. That's Jamie right now. That's him contacting me right now. Upset. That's who's calling right now. I left my phone off because I wanted to see how upset this guy gets. But that's him right there calling it. We know what number it is, but that's him calling us right now upset. It's not my problem, buddy. Got to do a much better job on your products. That is not my product, not your problem. That's what he's crying about right now. You need to cry more about that. It's not my problem. That you need to back your work up. That's the problem. Products don't work. That stuff is house paint at the end of the day. Glorified, overpriced house paint. And if he hasn't done any testing on his products since we had that last video, that clearly shows you right there. His products don't work. I mean, come on. You got a video of you and your video. You got a video of your demonstration of you matching house paint and then still selling the product on the website. So, yeah. That's one of the things you're going to have to worry about the most when it comes to some of these great products. Are they tested? Even with some of these black screen paints. I've seen 2 black screen paints out there. No test whatsoever. Where the freak are your tests? Can you match anything we have on our website? Anything. Any of the demonstrations? Nothing. Nothing at all. So it just shows at the end of the day that these are people that are not doing the job correctly. They're just going out and basically just mixing something together. Do some poorly demonstrations and say, voila, we are done. We have showed what our product can do. Our product ain't doing jack. We ain't doing proper testing. But as I said before, bad idea. Don't even waste your time or money on painting a gray screen onto your white screen. So it's a waste of time. You're still going to be stuck in the dark. You're still going to have to calibrate your projector. You're going to get a little bit of bump in color, but nothing really big at the end of the day. You're still going to be stuck in a dark environment. And you will be spending money for an expensive projector because you will not be picking up contrast on that screen. Can I put in more images on top of the images already I got in? Yeah, because I want to put them other ones in. Some other ones are really nice. You can only do so much with a gray screen paint product. This is why if you look at our picture slideshows compared to theirs, our video demonstrations compared to theirs, we can go on so many different levels with black technology they can't go to. That's why they don't have those demonstrations, because it's not going to work too well. Screen's got to stay far away from windows as much as possible. You're just going through the same thing you're going to go through with a white screen when you do with a gray screen paint product. Definitely going to have to go through that whole scenario. And if anyone ever tells you calibrate your projector, again, calibrating the projector is the funniest thing I ever hear. When I want to go to a freaking different forum site, it's the funniest thing ever. Well, I had to calibrate. What are you calibrating? So you can go out and buy 4 or 5 projectors, and you still would have to calibrate every single one of those projectors because you think for some reason it's the projector's fault. It's not the projector's fault. Your screen is having that problem. I've never had to calibrate, ever. And when people sit there and say, well, what my colors, do you see my color demonstrations? We do them constantly all the time. We do that red, blue, green. We do them constantly all the time. We do those against certified screens. Forget those gray mixes. We do them against certified screens, and we can beat their screens. So that shows you that we don't have to calibrate ever. So there's something wrong there. So if I pull a 100% black level on my screen, guess what? My screen picks up a 100% black level. The rest of them can't even register. They can't even read it. So what was the point of you spending all that money? Matter of fact, that's a good test. For anyone who has a projector with a massive amount of contrast, it's a fantastic test for you. You can take black paint and do the demonstration. So black paint's going to pick up a contrast. As I said before, any black surface will see black. The only problem, it can't receive white levels. There's test demonstration on the website. It's called a black versus black test, right on the website, explaining that theory. Now, as I said before, here's a contrast test for you. Take your projector with your high amount of contrast, take some everyday black paint and stick that right on your screen and pull a star field and see what happens. See if you can get the contrast of a 2 million to 1 to match that black surface. If it doesn't work, then guess what? That means that 2 million to 1 you just paid for, you'll never use it. There's your test right there. And here's your simple test. Because I had that conversation all the time in forum sites where people have these JVCs, they're way beyond 2 million to 1. And they'll say, well, I can see a 100% black level. Like, no, you're not seeing black. You're actually seeing darker shades of gray. But if you want to test that theory, this is how we do it. You take your screen, you take that black piece of paper, you stick that against your screen, and you pull a star field. And let's see if that 2 million, 5 million, 6 million to 1 contrast can blend into that black surface. And if it doesn't, and your screen comes up gray, then that simply means at the end of the day that all that money you just spent for that contrast level doesn't exist. You'll see exactly what your projector is picking up. See, what happens is when you have a screen on a standalone, there's nothing to compare it to, and you're in a dark environment, you have a 5 million to 1 contrast, you really think you're seeing a black level. You're not seeing a black level, you're seeing shades of gray. How you test that theory to show what you're actually seeing is all you have to do is just take black paint, any black surface, because any one of those surfaces will pick up a contrast level, a 100% black level, and you stick that against your screen and you'll see the comparison. That's what you're actually picking up. That's how you do that. That's why we do the demonstrations on white screens. We take our technology, we take a white screen, we stick it up against it, we show a white snow level so we can see where our white levels are hitting, where they're laying at when we do those demonstrations. That's the whole purpose of that demonstration. We do it at 1,000 lumens so we can see exactly if we drop a projector, we take away the massive 4,000, 5,000 lumens, we bring it down to 1,000 lumens, we pull it back in a fully lit environment. How bright is our screen going to be to pick up next to a white surface? That's the purpose of that test. Now, the black versus black, because we go through this all the time, when people ask us, well, I can do the same thing with black paint, I can do it with black fabric, and so forth and so forth. That test is done to show that, no, at the end of the day, our technology can receive and understand white light. That's why you're seeing here in a fully lit, maxed out environment, more light than any other person I've ever seen on YouTube we use the most brightest environments, is pulling a 100% contrast level, beautiful bright colors at the exact same time, where the gray screen can't even register. And I'm using a 5,000 lumen projector in that demonstration, a Christie LW505. It can't see it. That's how badly the screen is washed out. Why do you think when you watch demonstrations on these great products that they're always in these ambient light, dark environments? Because they cannot maintain in fully lit environments. That's why. You ever seen one done in an environment like this? No, you don't. Because they can't maintain that environment. The screen would automatically wash out. They have to play in the environment that they're fit to play in, and that is in a either dark environment or a poorly lit environment, even with an ultra short throw projector, which makes it far even sadder, because due to the fact that an ultra short throw projector is designed to be like a TV set-top box for a TV display. You'll see when you see my new place. You'll see me come in, cut my freaking projector on, boom, 135 will pop on because we did it at the other house with no problem. And you'll watch a fully lit environment, no dark shades or none of that nonsense. Fully lit, well lit environment right next to a window, and you'll watch my 135 display. That's how you're supposed to use an ultra short throw projector. And those demonstrations I will do in my in that section of the place. I will show you what and how an ultra short throw projector and how it's supposed to react. Not in a dark environment. You're not supposed to be in a dark, dim environment 24/7 with an ultra short throw. Ultra short throw projectors are supposed to be designed to replace a TV. Can't replace a TV if you're stuck in a dark environment, because a TV can pull in a fully lit environment with no problem. That's why I find it kind of shocking with the P2. We did the search. Everybody was stuck in a dark environment. Why are you stuck in a dark environment? You are less than a couple of inches away from a screen at 3,000 lumens. So lumens is not the problem. That's not the problem. What is the problem? The screen's having the issue. The screen can't see contrast and color. That's the problem you're having. And if anyone tells you got to calibrate, that's stupid. You're definitely calibrated a machine that doesn't have to be calibrated. It's just the projector's having the issue. No, sorry, the screen's having the issue, not the projector. So what are you going to do? Calibrate your contrast level to go. I had somebody say that. I know who said it. I know exactly who said it. We're not going to mention it in the video, but literally said in a video that you can calibrate a projector's contrast levels to be as black as a black screen. No, you cannot. I don't know where you guys get this freaking Mickey Mouse philosophy from, but good gracious, crack books. Can't do that. Not going to happen. I've even talked to professionals. Now, they never said that, but they said that some of the projectors out here produce a contrast level so high that basically it can... No, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I don't know how much Doctor Who you've been watching at the end of the day, but that's not going to happen. And if there is such a projector, it is going to be extremely expensive. Now, will a gray screen cost you more money? Heck yeah, it's going to cost you more money. You got to make up for what the screen can't do. You're not picking up proper color and contrast. So all that millions and millions and billions, whatever colors they give you with that projector, you're still calibrating. Why are you calibrating with a projector that has a color wheel literally that freaking high? Why are you calibrating that? There's something wrong there. Other problem you have, and we talk about the contrast. People brag about contrast. You're not seeing contrast. You have to be in the dark. If you can see a 100% contrast level, guess what? You can be in that environment right there. You can turn all your lights on, open up your windows, and that screen would be able to maintain contrast without going tan or gray on you in a hot second. You could do that easily. The fact that you can't do that and you're stuck in a dark environment to pull your contrast levels clearly shows that you're not pulling contrast. But I have ambient rejection technology. No, you do not. No, you do not. Ambient light rejection technology is supposed to allow you to be able to pick up contrast and color in a fully lit environment without your screen washing out or fading. So why are you sitting in the dark if you claim you have ambient light rejection technology? No. They used the whole thing about how it's basically the basic normal that you have to calibrate. It's the basic normal that you have to be in an ambient light control environment. Yeah, that's because your screen can't work correctly. That's why. That's why you're stuck in that environment. And that's one thing the projector companies don't tell you either. Yeah, that we're setting up, we put this expensive projector, and I'm pretty sure the screen that they got in the environment, you think they're using a cheap screen in there? Oh, heck no. They got a very high-end expensive screen that they know at the end of the day that most consumers are not going to be to buy. So you've already spent $3,300 for a machine. Guess what? You're probably going to spend another additional $5,000 for the projection screen to pull up a somewhat decent image, much better than these gray or white screens out here. So you're definitely going to be paying for that. So you're going to pay a lot of money. Going to be about a good, maybe if you're lucky, $6,000 in, maybe if you're lucky. Maybe a little more than that. Now, mind you, you spent $3,300 for your projector, or maybe $3,000, $4,000 for it. Now you got to turn around and spend an additional $3 to $5 grand for a projection screen, a dark gunmetal, and you still haven't bought your popcorn maker, your movie seats, or anything else you need at the end of the day, which is going to cost you even more money. You're going to be somewhere around in the $10,000, $11,000 range. That's where you're going to be at. And mind, this is a 100-inch screen we're talking about. We're not talking about 120. We're not talking about 150, 160. We're talking about a 100-inch. That's what you'll be getting for your $3 to $5 grand. And if you are doing ultra short throw, you're going to pay a little bit more money than that. Because keep in mind, the ultra short throw projectors is a special screen, so it means you have to pay a little bit more money for that. So that's what it will cost you. This is why I can't express enough when I sit there and say that you only have 3 options. You think I'm joking? Do your research. Knock yourself out. You only have 3 options. The 3 options you have is you can spend the money for the certified screens, which are going to cost you thousands of dollars. If you're complaining about spending money for our technology, you're definitely not going near one of those because, again, our technology is under 500 bucks. You're talking about a screen at 100 inches is going to cost you 3,000 to 5,000. So we know you're not going there. If you're complaining about our prices, there's nowhere where you're going in that category. And that's for 100 inch. Keep in mind, if you want to go higher than that, think about 15, 20 grand. 235.1, that's going to cost you some money too on top of that. Motorized projection screen is going to cost you more money. Fixed range is going to cost you more money too also. So what's next? Then you can go near the untested products. The untested products can't match any of our demonstrations. Their screens are sitting in the dark. Some of them are matching house paint. Some don't even know exactly what they're talking about when they're writing stuff in the specification sheet. You can deal with that freaking nightmare at the end of the day of your product actually matching house paint. Matter of fact, you just literally just spent $75 or even 160 bucks for something that you literally could have went to Home Depot or Lowe's or Benjamin Moore or Sherman-Williams and just did the same thing with no problem. Because there's no tests on their products. There's nothing there at all. Nothing. But anyway, and then you have our technology, which we can display things on any level we possibly want to. We have demonstrations on certifieds. We have screens on black versus black. We have demonstrations on low lumen projectors and high lumen projectors and inside and outside and da 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 da. We can show at the end of the day, we can knock out a certified easy. We can show at the end of the day that it takes no time to paint one of our screens in. We can show at the end of the day that a customer can have a 1,000 lumen projector, stick it next to a 5,000 lumen, and still maintain a bright enough image that can match a 5,000 lumen projector. Right on the website. Motorized projection screens, we've done the most paint on motorized projection screens than anybody else. And I'm not talking about painting the screen and then not doing the demonstration. I'm talking about painting the screen, drying it, rolling it up, rolling it down, rolling it up, rolling it down, rolling it up, rolling it down. Inside, outside, ultra, short throw, long down, 1,000 lumen certified screen, the whole 9 yards. Ta-da. Yeah. The other people, at the other one at the end of the day, if those of you, and I know people have to spend money to spend 20 grand for a projection screen, and at the end of the day, trying to convince these people that, hey, look, I got the screen paint product over here. And I guarantee you it can beat a certified screen, projection screen. And they're like, show me. Because at the end of the day, they don't care. They have the money to spend. They'll drop 5,000, 6,000, 8,000 on the screen and it really don't bother them at the end of the day because they got the money to do so. But we can go in and show them that we can blow out a DMP Supernova, an elite screen of any kind on our technology with ease. And with that, they buy from us because, again, they're going to get a 100% contrast level, don't spend tons of money for projector, no calibrated, no dark environments, and it's ultra short throw compatible. And guess what? They saved thousands and thousands of dollars. This is the outside demonstration on the black screen paint, and we'll do these later. No, I got these already. These are already loaded in. This is in the giant reel. I need the other ones in there. It's gonna be a busy day today. So yeah, calibrating, bish bosh. I need to calibrate. Comes down to the 235.1s. I forgot we got so many pictures in this, not even funny. I got it. Okay, the 235.1, we got to put another grid in there for 235.1. So we got 235.1 demonstrations right in there. Gonna be here for a bit. Got a lot of pictures in here. But anyway, yeah, that's what it comes down to. Should not be calibrating jack. Motorized projection screen, paint on demonstration right there. It's looking for those. Oh yes, I'm gonna do a giant grid with all ambient demonstrations. It is gonna be huge. This is gonna be for inside. We already got one for outside. This is gonna be easy. I can just copy and take this whole entire section, but I need the one with the 150 inch in a fully lit environment. Then we get those individuals that say, well, why would anyone be in a well-lit environment with a projector? And you do know what the Ultra Short that was developed for, right? You do. That's the whole purpose of an Ultra Short. That's how they advertise it. They don't advertise. Optimum does not advertise an Ultra Short though projector to be mainly in the dark. They advertise that projector to be the perfect set-top TV replacement. That's why you don't see it in a movie setting. You don't see it set up in a dedicated theater room setting. You see it in a everyday living room setting. That's the point they're trying to get sales pitch. You're trying to push across that. You can sit there and do a little yoga. You can watch some TV with your friends and watch a game and have all your lights on. Use it just like a TV. You know, the only problem is you're going to have a hard time replacing the TV if the customer can't afford the screen that you're using in the promo demonstration, because that's the problem. In the promo demonstration under those projectors, a lot of people don't think when they're watching the promo, they're looking at the projector and they're thinking they're going to be to do the same thing when they get home and they find out they can't because you don't have the screen to do it. That's the problem. This is why, to give you a little taste of reality, we did a demonstration trying to match a promo demonstration that matched the P2. We couldn't find any because, again, you guys spent some serious money to use whatever screen they were using in that demonstration, get that same reaction. That's the problem you're going to run into. So you're not going to get that. Don't ever believe that. You're never going to get that. It's not going to happen. Now, us on the other hand, we get that. We actually beat the promo demonstration because if we can be in fully lit environments where they can't be with that projector, they have to use an ambient light controlled environment. I'm pretty sure that machine was probably calibrated too. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. We don't have to calibrate jack, and our projector costs are cheap. Our projectors range under $500. Tell me the next time you ever seen a demonstration on a certified screen using a 720p projector that costs $150. And their demonstrations, none at all, period. Reason why they choose those expensive machines, again, as I said before, well, here's the demonstrations we need to make up for what the screen can't see, which means whatever they paid for is what you're going to have to pay for. If it's a screen that's showing off its product demonstration in a fully lit environment or somewhat fully lit environment, whatever projector they're using in that demonstration, you're going to spend money. That's what you have to do in order to get the same reaction. If it's a projection screen company that's showing up their projector, then whatever screen they're using in that demonstration, if you want to do the same as a promo, you have to buy that projector to start that screen. So that's what it comes down to. That's the problem you're going to have. So it's going to cost you money either way. Where in our technology, well, that's not a problem. My new place, I'm buying myself a 135-inch Elite Edgeless screen. My projector's cost, well, I haven't decided, but I don't need an expensive projector downstairs. Actually, the expensive projector that I'm buying is going to be for the gaming setup. That's what I'm kidding, because again, my computer, my gaming computer, my custom built unit is going to have a 4090 in it. And there's no point in getting a 4090 graphic card or video card for a 720p projector. It's pointless. That's a $3,000 graphic card. To stick a 720p machine on that would be pointless. But I'll do one with a 720p, and we'll do one next to the 4K or 8K projector, which I haven't decided which one to get. I may get an 8K projector. I'm thinking about it, because my company can lease it. Remember, my company's eligible for loans, so it depends on what loans I decide to take for the company. But I will probably take a loan out to get an 8K projector, because that's a $10,000 projector. But anyway, as I said before, yeah, you'll get a chance to see our technology at 8K. All right, let's click this one, because I don't know if we get this whole section here. Do we have more we can grab on this? No, we just don't grab this whole section here. Okay, that's 6 files in already. So what do we have for the 6 files in? All right, this is perfect. What do we got for the top? These all went in perfectly. I swear we dropped some other ones in here we didn't want. Oh, they're loading in. Okay, we're up to 47 pictures in. Now, this file we're dropping in right now is for showing you why you do not use gray screen paint products on your motorized fixed frame or for business. Why? It's just pointless. Ultra short throw, it's a waste of time to use a gray screen paint on an ultra short throw. A waste of time. And for anyone who sits there and says, oh, it's not a waste of time, then guess what? Take that ultra short throw, put it in a foliated environment. It's a 2,000,000 to 1 contrast on that projector. Take a black piece of paper, black paint, stick that in the middle of your screen, and show a star fill demonstration. Let's see how much contrast you're picking up off that 2,000,000 to 1 compared to that demonstration I just explained. If you're claiming that you're picking up a 100% contrast level on that projector, that's a lie. You can't see it. So the best way to prove that theory is to take that black paint or black fabric or whatever you got, stick that in the middle of your screen, pull in a star fill demonstration, and don't forget to lighten the environment, because some people will darken the environment to try to make their screen give the illusion that it's pulling off a contrast level. No. See that demonstration right there? You see how well lit that environment is? That's where you're going to have the screen sitting in. An environment looks just like that. Meters don't pick up in there, so that's what you have to do. So that way we can see if with a 2,000,000 to 1 on a projector, is it worth the consumer's time of spending the money for the projector, and is he being fooled to thinking he's going to pull a contrast level? Whew, man, that's going to be a serious wake-up call. But we invite everybody to do that. If you got a projector, you own the P2, or you have a projector higher that's at the same contrast level, do that test at the end of the day. Simple and plain. Black paint or black fabric, doesn't make a difference. Stick it in the middle of your screen. Make sure you brighten the environment with plenty of light. Because remember, you shouldn't be doing that in the dark, especially if you have an ultra short throw. You know better than that. And see if you can basically blend into that black surface with your 2,000,000 to 1 and see what happens. You won't even pick up. You'll see exactly how much contrast your projector is actually pushing off. It's going to be shocking. Some of you are going to be sitting there jaw dropped like, oh. You know what the sad part about it is? The real sad part about it is when we get people, not saying sad, let's say the reality check. Let's put it that way. The huge reality check is when we get people contact us, and the first thing they'll say is, I can't use it in a fully lit environment. The screen's washing out on me. I don't want to calibrate the projector, and I'm not seeing contrast. I'm getting this kind of gray washed out look to it. The only way it gets better is I'm sitting in the dark. How much you pay for your projector? All that money for a machine that, and it's supposed to have all this contrast capability, and you're sitting in the dark with it. Now, the sad part about it is, spend all that money for that machine when at the end, when you reach our technology, that option you will never use. What's the point of using a 2,000,000, 3,000,000, 4,000,000 when the screen is physically a black screen? You don't need it. Turn it off. So you just paid for something you will never use. Never, ever use. But we put that out there. Gunmetal screens do the same thing with a gunmetal. You got a gunmetal technology, stick a piece of black paper, or I don't care, black paint, anything. Just stick it up there and do a contrast level. See what happens. You will see what your screen's actually picking up, if it's picking up a 100% black. That's going to be a great reality check for some people. So the gunmetal is going to have an issue of not being able to pick it up. Then you definitely know those gray products are not going to see it. They're not going to be able to pick it up. Gunmetal has it's going to pick up a much darker version, but I see that a lot where people do that with white levels. What about the contrast levels? We never see those demonstrations on contrast levels. That's what I want to see more of. How much contrast is your screen picking up? Just keep in mind that contrast plays a big role. Plays a big role in your colors too. Whether your colors have a really nice pop, a really nice bright red or dark deep red, it plays a huge role in that. But you know, people are spending all this money for these projectors, for these high contrast capability projectors, and they really think because they're sitting in the dark they're seeing contrast, and they're telling you, no, you're not. If you want a test for you, there's a test for you. Get yourself some black paint, paint it down. Doesn't make a difference what it is. No, this is black, 100% black, not gray, but actual black. We got some people that will cheat in their demonstrations and put a dark gray. Do that instead. Don't do that. We can see that nonsense a mile away. I'm pretty sure anybody else can. But anyway, as I said before, and stick that in the middle of your screen and see how much of that 2,000,000 to 1 you actually are using off that projector you just spent all that money for. I had somebody do that with a JVC projector. It's like a 5,000,000 to 1. It was crazy on his projector. I said, go ahead, stick it in the middle of your screen. And he turned on the projector and he wasn't picking up jack. He wasn't picking up jack at all. Yeah, that's what your projector is pushing off. That's the reality check. And the sad thing about it is most people, they bought for that projector for that capability. Yeah, but what you going to do with it when it comes to our screen? You can't use that. What's the point? So it's kind of like a customer that goes out and buys a projector for 150, 160 bucks, has a 2000 to 1 contrast on it, but it doesn't make a difference in our technology. We have 720p projector demonstrations next to me. Actually, I have that Sony CS4 projector. That thing is an old relic of a machine. It's 4.3. That's the highest it does in the aspect ratio. That's it. And we put that against a 5,000 lumen Christie projector at 1920 by 1200 at WXGA versus SVGA. And you couldn't tell one from the other. That's the benefit of our black technology. So that tells the customer at the end of the day that I don't have to go out and spend all this money for this godforsaken expensive projector just to get an image to pull, get a decent image. That's what it tells them at the end of the day. If that screen again, and it's sad to say when you got people who try to do these dirty demonstrations against our products, if our screens came out that dark, it'd be virtually impossible for 1,000 lumens to be bright enough as a 5,000. That wouldn't even happen. Sad. This is what happens when people don't do tests correctly. But anyway, on top of that, vantage point of painting a motorized projection screen with our black technology, you actually can expand your screen size. I actually did it in a demonstration. I bought a screen that was 92 inches. And because if you're using a gray screen or if you're using a white screen, you're going to have the border so that way you don't have the bleed over. You're going to have something to trim it up. But if you have a black screen, you don't need a border because your screen is physically black. So a screen of 92 inches, which means the borders from left to right are around 2 inches. And if you add an additional 2 inches for the top, because you're going to have to do that to even it out, you've already added 6 extra inches to your screen. So now your screen is 98 inches because you no longer require the border. There you go. Borderless. I love borderless screens. Yep, there you go. Vantage point of our black technology when using 235.1 applications. Some of you basically do not want to spend the money for the 235.1, which I'm not doing at the end of the day, because once you do 235.1, that's a strictly dedicated screen. That's all you can do is watch. You could do 16:9 off it, but the screen's going to be quite small because remind you, the screens are actually short in height and long in length, so you're not really going to get a big screen out of it. But if you're going to do a 235.1 setup on a screen that's designed for a 16:9, that can be done. The only problem is you're going to have these different color bars at the top and the bottom, because remind you, your frame is not going to be to match up with the actual screen. So you're going to have an area where the projector is not hitting, and that means if your screen is gray, guess what? You're going to have this huge gray bar going from the top to the bottom. That's why they say the curtains. Put the curtain system in, you can slide them across, and that way you can have the black bars at the top and the bottom. But when you have a black screen, it really doesn't make a difference. We have customers painting an entire wall and basically displaying any form of aspect ratio they want it off the wall because the screen's physically black. Can't deal with a gray screen. That's why it says the screen is in the past. It's old relic screen. Needs to be taken out to the pasture and shot like old Yeller. If you ever watch that, you know what I'm talking about. It's past its time. It's old. It's a relic. So those of you we see coming with these gray screens, you're like, man, you guys have got some dinosaur paint sitting on your screens. These screens are old. Oh, that's a demonstration. Okay, we got to do a weather demo. How many demonstrations did we do out in the weather? Ooh. All right, the snow demonstrations, we're definitely going to have to do them. All right, let's see. What more of the other ones? I'm pretty sure we did a whole bunch more of those. Okay, get this right here. So I'm going to be working on the other company. Let's see, there's more slideshows on this one. Look at that. Look how horrible that looks. That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. The reason why people say, well, you know, it doesn't, well, guess because you're not in our environment. That's why. You guys sick in these dark environments. We don't do those demonstrations in dark environments. We do those demonstrations in fully lit environments. That's how much lighting an environment is literally supposed to be to take in for a screen. That's how you do a real test. Doing a demonstration in dark environments with lights behind the back of the screen pushing, no, that's garbage, man. That means that when we see demonstrations like that, that means we already know from the door that the screen paint is going to have an issue in a fully lit environment because they had to cater the environment to get the screen look somewhat decent. You're supposed to be in a well lit environment to see how much stress the screen can take in. See the oversplash? That's why we have the white surface behind it, because now we can show up three different displays at the same time. We can show the black technology, the white screen behind it, and we can show off the gray. See how much of a bump you get off a gray screen? That's it. So pretty much when you paint your screen with the gray screen paint product, you're not really doing anything. You're giving yourself a slight little hiccup. That's all you're getting out of it. And this is why when you watch these demonstrations where people are trying to prove that their screens can pull and a somewhat poorly lit environment, just showing curtains with the curtains shut and blinds are shut, there's no light coming through there. The environment's completely dark. Are you kidding me? If I can't see the objects in the environment crystal clear, that shows me at the end of the day there's something wrong there. That's what you're missing. That's a 5,000 projector. Can't see anything on the white screen, doesn't pick up anything on the gray screen. That's pretty bad. Now, the reason why they try to portray darker screens as not being able to pick up white levels is because they're threatened. Of course you're threatened. Should be. Your products are going, they're done. They're relics. If you painted your screen with a gray screen, you failed. You're not getting what you think you're going to get out of your projector. You're not getting any of that at all, period. Now, like I said, those people who are making these claims that their gray screen paint products can see a 1% contrast level, well, I just gave you your test. Simple and plain. Take black paint, stick in the middle of your screen, you pour a star throw demonstration, or how about this, a solid black screensaver. And let's see how much of that 2 million to 1 can turn that surface, that gray screen, into that black surface that's laying in the middle of your screen. If you don't match it, that means you're not seeing that 100% contrast level. Yeah, yep. I want to get my consent forms really quick because, like I said, that conference room is going to be amazing for basically showing up the technology. And of course, we want a lot of people to come in and look at the screen. Now we get their consent for them to be recorded. So that way, you know, we can broadcast it or have something new. I didn't even know they had a conference room, and now I was like, what? Yep, a conference room. We can go in and set up our projectors, whatever you want, and they got everything in there to hook it up. I can do my YouTube videos just from there. So that's pretty cool. That means I can go upstairs, go downstairs to the conference room, sign in to rent it out for that day or what I'm using for that day, and go in there and do my YouTube videos right from there. Real professional looking high-tech area. And the beautiful thing about it is we can actually open up the windows and allow people to see the technology. And that's why I need the consent forms, because we're going to have people going to walk in, and because the door's going to be open, we say walk right in, and they're going to walk in, they're going to want to talk about what they're seeing and what they're looking at, and so forth and so forth. This is going to bring even more advertising for us. They have a golf simulator in there. Golf, and I was telling like, yeah, if you didn't notice, that screen would have been black. It's a white screen. It's a white golf simulator. Or that screen, that golf simulator is going to be black pretty soon. I'm going to cook that whole area out. And they got dim lighting in there too. I know why I got the dim lighting. Because the screen can't pick up. That's why. Let's show them how to utilize that projector. No, they're talking about doing the movie theater screens. They saw the 250s. They're fascinated by those giant, massive 250s, and they want to do a couple roof deck projection screen setups. I'll show you my work when we're done. Probably like next year, they'll be setting those up. Now, unlike you saw in the demonstration, when they watch Batman, those bars that will be popping up will be solid jet black. Not that grayish washed out look. It's going to look like a plasma TV when we get done spraying that technology on it. It's basically the same stuff you guys are going to be getting. You buy it right there on the website. It's an outdoor theater. That's what we're spraying across that screen. We're going to spray it in. And by then, I shouldn't be licensed and bonded. Or basically, they can have their own maintenance crew do it. Either way, doesn't make a difference. Let's see what it looks like on that bad boy. I think it's going to look hot. And again, that's going to bring us money because, again, they have to flash our promo. Well, matter of fact, our promo is going to be up there anyway. They do have to flash our promo because that's definitely going to be in the agreement. Anytime one of those screens pop on, our freaking Black Series logo, all that has to pop up with our information. Time. Oh, we got these on the whatchamacallit. We outdoor motorized projection screens. We've been asked about doing outdoor motorized projection screens. We have a special paint for that. So you have to do the theater, outdoor theater, outdoor cinema theater, whatever it's called. It's on the website, but that's the only one we use for outside. Okay, we got these, right? Did we get these? Pretty sure we got these, right? Yeah, we got them already. And make sure I'm not doing the same ones twice. I'm gonna do that. We got our demonstrations on the gray and black demonstrations. Now we added something different with the Crystal Edge page. There's another option in there, which is the home page. The home page has the most information that is being converted to a display and customer testimony page. So like I said, we're going to be doing business with a lot of big companies for that page because it's designed for basically for commercial use, and they can go in and not only be able to purchase the product, but they can go in and see how the customers react to the product. They can see the tons of test demonstrations under our products showing that we can back our technology at 100%. I guarantee there's not going to be any drop shipment page right now that has that much information on that product being used on every level you can possibly think of. So that's why when we do our page, we want to allow the 235. No, the 235.1. No, these are the duals. Dual 150s. Got them in here. I think they're in the other section for that setup. But yeah, we want them to come in and say, look, if you're going to be dropping that kind of money at the end of the day, of course, there are going to be people going to be contracted with their company. They need to see what they're buying. They need to see what they're getting themselves into before they actually go down that road. So the fact that they can go to their site and they can educate themselves and see how the customers reacted to the product, because again, this is something they're going to be using for business, for their own business use. They also need to see how that product is reacting inside, how it's reacting outside, how different forms of projectors and tests. That needs to be seen. Because like I said, that's one of the things I've noticed when I go to other places that make screen paint products, whether it be Goose Screen, whether it be Paint On Screens, whether it be iPaint Screens, whether it be Knox, any one of these companies, including these other individuals out here who make these screen paint products. How much information do you have on your site? How much do you educate the consumer on what they're buying at the end of the day? If a consumer comes on a site and you're saying that, okay, our product works at 2200 lumens, how many demonstrations, how many test demonstrations do you have at 2200 lumens? Doesn't make any sense if you're saying, hey, we work at 2200 lumens and up, and there's no demonstrations on 2200 lumen projectors. Everything's being done on a high powered projector. That's misleading to the customers. You can't put that on there unless you actually can show enough demonstrations, not one, at least 20 or 30 demonstrations showing this. Now, for some people want to sit there and say, but what about you? Yeah, what about me? On my page, I have a page dedicated to 1000 lumens. An entire page dedicated for 1000 lumen tests. So you have to have all that information on there. It is a ton of work. Some people just don't want to do the work. They want to cut corners. Can't cut corners. I'm sorry. If you're accepting someone's money at the end of the day, you have to put the work in. See all these videos I'm pushing through? Oh, I forgot. I'm going to change this over again to something else. Let's change over to this. Ooh, yeah, bright colors. Yo. That's no calibrating. You don't calibrate jack. That gray screen, you're going to have to calibrate. The white screen, you're definitely going to calibrate. Ambient light controlled environment, yeah, the gray and white screen definitely have to be in there. Our technology, no. Don't deal with that nonsense. So in the world, any place I've ever been blessed to lay my head at, I'm going to turn that into a cave at the end of the day to watch a projector. If that's the case, then buy a TV. I also love it when we get people come and say, well, an OLED TV. What about the OLED TV? Tell me. OLED TVs, number one, cost too much money. Number two, you can have something called dead pixels will pop up on those projectors. I've seen people screens. I had people come in and talk about how they basically, with the GPU completely burnt out on the screen, and you come in, you got nothing but sound, but you got no freaking picture. All kinds of stuff. On top of that, they're accident prone, which means if you got kids in the house, there's a good chance that screen is going to get cracked at the end of the day. Johnny walking around with a metal spoon in his hand, yeah, it may make contact with your screen. That happened to a friend of mine. Basically had a high-end plasma TV, and his kids decided to have a matchbox fight in the living room and hit the screen, and there you go. And how expensive are they to fix? Well, and we've all done this one before. If you haven't done it already, well, basically, when you're basically driving around, you'll see this screen sitting out there in the trash, and you'll think to yourself, gee whiz, why would they throw this in the trash? All I got to do is replace the screen. To find out when you call the manufacturer that the screen literally costs more than the TV itself. So you might just go out and just buy yourself another TV. Yeah. Unless you did the extensive warranty on it, which most people don't do. I just usually don't put warranties on anything because I don't buy it again. Pretty much that's where it comes down to me. But usually people just don't put the warranty. They don't want to pay that extra 70 or 80 bucks or what they're going to charge you at the end of the day. They don't want to do it. Well, yeah, that's what it comes down to. There's a whole lot of videos. And those TVs having all types of issues. And this is not a cheap fix. This is a very expensive fix. And then some people, I guess, at the end of the day, don't want to spend that kind of money for a screen of that caliber. You can spend that kind of money, somewhere $25,000 and $40,000 for these screens. You can go out and get yourself our product, which, again, it's going to give you a 100% contrast level if you're going to do OLED, because you're not going to get that from a gray screen. As you can see in the picture right here, you can't pick up a black level. It won't register. So you're going to be able to get that 100% black, just like an OLED TV. You can use it in a fully lit environment because we have ambient light rejection technology on our technology, actually the real deal. And then imagine that you hit that with an 8K projector at that. So keep in mind, for the price it costs for a 80 or 90 inch top of the model OLED, my projector about 10 Gs. That's an 8K projector, JVC. I can do a 235.1 setting, and my screen actually does a full 16:9, 235, 239.1, or 16:9, where, or 16:10 if I choose it. On top of that, where if you're doing a TV, it's formatted. You're not actually seeing 16:9. It's formatted for 16:9. The idea how wide your screen TV would have to be, excuse me, in order to pick up that 16:9 format, yeah, it'd be a whole lot more expensive than what you're paying for right now. A lot more expensive. You can do an actual 16:9 format. I'm pretty sure they have them, but I'm pretty sure they're cheap. They're not cheap at all. So you would come out, and I've done the math on that. We did it on YouTube. You would come out much cheaper and with a much bigger screen size to be able to produce at 160 inches, way bigger than the TV size. You can use that in a full lit environment like we're doing here, much like a TV. Your colors are not going to wash out. You don't have to calibrate, just like our product over here. You're not going to have that issue. Ooh, I'll put these in next. I don't think we have any more of these demonstrations. Going through the rest of these real quick. Because when I go into forum sites and I talk to, they have the OLED family. People have the Stonehenge effect. They have the small TV, which 80 inches for me is a small TV. And even 90 inches is a small TV for me. So Yeah, these are tiny for me. So anyway, so when I see that display, they have these giant wraparound speakers. We call it the Stonehenge effect. These monster speakers are wrapped all around this one little screen. And for them, I go into that forum site and I'll go, well, how about can you guys get a giant massive projection screen? And the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, yeah, it's going to compete with an OLED. I can see a 100% contrast. They can't. They're not joking. They can see a 100% contrast. Grayscreen can't see a 100% contrast. It doesn't have the capability to do it. Hey, thank you. I have no idea what it is. But it doesn't have the capability to do so. Where are we at on here? Here we go. I'm working on my other site. This is what we're working on today. We're working on the Fusion right here. The new technology. But anyway, it doesn't have the capability. So they're right on that when they sit there and say that, why in the world would I even buy that? Number one, I don't want to be stuck in the dark. I'm not calibrating, even though I know they calibrate their TVs. I know they do that too. And again, they want that 100% contrast. That was the whole purpose of them buying the OLED, was to get that 100 deep black level, which you can't pull off a gray screen. And if anyone's up there sitting there telling you that their screen can pull that contrast level, well, we got a simple test for you. Simple and plain. Go get yourself some black paint, paint it on a nice little square, stick it in the middle of your screen, and brighten the environment. I mean, really brighten it, lighten it up in there. And then you go turn your projector on and see what happens, and see how much of that 2 million to 1 that you paid for that you actually are using at the end of the day. And I guarantee I'm going to tell you, you're not getting nothing. Not a thing. Not a thing. All right, I'm past my time here. I'll have to get ready to load this up onto the site. So if you come to the Crystal Edge, you'll see the home page has changed. We converted it into a testimony and display page. And that most of our demonstrations are there, so that we can see customer demonstrations, but also too, you can see the giant slideshows we're going to be putting in, basically showing our products on every level when it comes to invisible technology, ambient light projection technology, tons of pictures in that, and also too with the why you don't paint your screen with a great paint product. That's the last thing you want to do, because you'll just end up using our technology to paint right back over it. Well, at least you primed your surface already, so that's good, eh? But if you spent that, yeah, I'm not even going to go there. Yeah, if you spent that money for that overpriced house paint, then you already know from the door. Well, they know that already. Anytime we see somebody pop in with that paint or any kind of paint involving that individual, we know what you got on your freaking wall. You have an overpriced house paint. That's what you just paid for. Oh, well. Let me see. These right here. They got a game room in there. Their gamer room needs more work. I mean, my goodness, it's so outdated. That's something like you gotta update this, man. If you really want to put in a hot game room, everybody likes Bond. Everybody. I don't know one person doesn't like James Bond or some Mario Kart. Bring some old school in there. So they saw our technology on our gaming screens. They'll get a chance to check it out, because when I get my place set up, they'll get a chance to walk through. They want to walk through and see how I got my place set up. Or they're gonna be quite amazed by some of the stuff I'm gonna be putting in there. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, if I was doing it, that's something that if I was doing, I would either do a RetroPie setup in there, or I just do a 64 in there setup with maybe 120-inch screen is a good size. You don't need anything bigger than that. If they want to go huge, you can go 150, but 120 is perfect. Do 120 wallpaper in there, or 120-inch screen in there set up for them. They'll probably do a fixed frame or something like that. But anyway, set that up in there and put that either that retro or put the RetroPie, either the N64. I guarantee you more people will be on that every single day than they'll be on anything else in there. Guarantee you. Don't like karate chopping the daylights out of somebody in freaking Bond. Which will tell you something. If the, what do you call it, Nintendo Wii's or Switch or what do they call it, you know, if they really want to boost their sales, you need to bring Bond in. Somebody needs to bring Bond in. Stick it on somebody's platform. That is the most amazing game. I love Bond. Deathmatch and Bond is unmatched. It's beautiful. Love it. That, and I forgot what the other one was called. It was another one they had too. It's pretty good. Hello, people. I'm hungry. Yeah, crackers in the background. What are you eating? I'm hungry. You got everybody. Oh man, I love this post office. There's no long lines. You think in December the lines would be like crazy long. There's no long lines. There's a nice drop-off box in the back. Pick up packages and go in and drop them off to the box, or I can go right to the front. I prefer to take them to the front, and I'll tell you why. If we drop them off in the back, which we usually had to do with the other post office because the lines were so long, it takes a while for them to get to scanning them. And that's why your tracking information doesn't activate right away, because it's in a drop-off box. When they take it to the drop-off box, somebody has to go down there and sort them and scan them. But it's easier if we do it in line, which means they scan it, boom, right from the door, and that means your tracking number activates that fast, much faster, much quicker. Now, I can't express this enough, but I really can't. I don't mind taking the time out of my day to track down your packages, but this is the reason why we send you tracking numbers to begin with, so you can track down your packages. We send 2 forms. This is how we do our tracking. We send 3 forms of tracking numbers. I get one, PayPal definitely gets one, and you get one. We send you a detailed tracking right to you. So all you have to do is go in and look at it, and it'll tell you where the package is at. Other than that, you can call the United States Postal Service. We have the information on our shipping policy. You can contact them on the whereabouts of your package. And they also have another thing called detailed tracking, which is not expensive. Something like $4 or $5 or $6 a year or something like that. I think it's really cheap. And it gives you high detail tracking. And wherever your package moves to, they send you an alert to your cell phone telling you where your package is at. You do it that way. But we have some customers who come in and they want us to go into all this to track down a package. And we literally sent this information to you for you to be to track the whereabouts of your package. Now, I always tell people, check your junk mail or check your spam, because that's pretty much where it probably landed at. And you will find it's in there. So I'm busy today. I have a lot of work going on. I have to go into my computer. I got to track down exactly from all the orders we get, track down exactly when the order went through, the time and date, and go in from PayPal and find that information and pull it up through shipping station and copy and paste and go over to United States Postal Service and then go in and see, this is where it's at. Which something which, that's why we give you tracking information you can easily do yourself. If you're saying, but it's your if it was my responsibility, then why would I give you a tracking number? What would be the point? Anytime I buy from any company, anywhere, if they send me a tracking number, that's what I'm using the tracking number for. I'm using the tracking number to track down my merchandise. That's what I'm doing. I don't call them up and ask them about where the package could be at, because they would know to a certain degree, but all they can do is give me the tracking number information. It's my job to go in and figure out exactly where the package is at. Makes it just sometimes I just wonder. But yeah, like I said, I don't mind going in and doing the detailed tracking. If I got free time, I have no problem doing that. But that's why we give you the tracking information. I don't think we have any more of these in here. How far we got to search? Man, it's a lot of pictures we have to go through. I cannot wait to get rid of these right here. Monitors give me headaches. They give me really serious migraines all the time. I can't stand working on monitors. I can't. I hate it. The glasses don't work. The freaking visors don't work. Serious headaches. I've had headaches for the last 5 days from using monitors. I'm not even close, and I got them dimmed, and it's freaking giving me headaches. And I can't wait to get my my screen set up upstairs. Well, when I get my new setup and get my screen set up where I can have 2 side-by-sides, some 50s or 60s or whatever I'm gonna use in there. I might do portrait. I think I'm gonna do a portrait. Oh, I haven't done portrait in a while. I'm doing 2 back-to-back portrait screens. That's what I'm gonna do. Or I can do basically one. I'm doing portrait. I like portrait better. All right, these are outside, so I've done these already. I'm gonna samurai. That site right there, I'm having a lot of fun on it. This site, I get a chance to really think outside the box and have some fun. That's what I like about it. That's what we're setting up the studio for. So that's why I needed to get the other place. We got the other places where I need to set up to do demonstrations for this product right here. And God bless it. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. All right, I'm pretty much, yes, there's nothing else to talk about. I apologize for going on. Sometimes it's what I do on camera. I gotta go. Thank you for your time. Black Friday sale ends on the 4th of December. Thank you all for your support. We appreciate it. And let's see. Do any order? I know we're all done. Our orders are out. I got one thing to do. Actually, I got two things to do to get that done. I got a customer I'm actually sending a projector to for free. I'm not gonna use them. What I'm gonna do with 70 projectors? I got them basically for work. Only projector I need is the Sony VPO FH36 because we knew that for projector mapping because it has that distance throw lens on it. We need that, the zoom throw lens. And my LW505 Chrissy, definitely keeping that because that's a hard projector to get your hands on. My ultra short throw projector, I use that for floor displays. That's it. The rest of them I'm just gonna basically give them away. If people can pay for the shipping, they can have them. We got Sony VPO FH36s in there. The 30s. I got the FH30s in there, and I got a couple other projectors in there. I got one more ViewSonic left. I gave one to a customer. The customer basically on a fixed budget, and I got no problem with it. And again, buying the projector would have been a little much for him. So I had two ViewSonics in there I don't even use, so they're going to get that ViewSonic. I got the other one in there too. She got the short. I sent her the short throw. So I got another one in there. It's 600 by 800 red, 720p SVGA. I use that quite a few times in a lot of my demonstrations. It's actually incredible on our screen paints. I'm gonna give that one away too. That does a 235.1 setting, by the way, too. Also, so I'm gonna grab both of them out of storage. Let me see. I'll probably put that with a free package deal. Put a package deal. Get the screen paint. Get a free projector. We'll do that one. I'm decided which package deal we're gonna do. That way I can get rid of some of these projectors. We're just the big boy venues. You have to pay for the shipping for them things. They're big. But other than that, some of the smaller projectors I have, we can give those away for free with an order. That's how she got hers. She did an order. We gave it away for free. All right. So let me see. Which one are we going to basically do? I'll probably put it in today. If I get to the storage unit today, I'll get you a storage unit today. Pick up the two projectors. I'll take some pictures of it. We'll put it on the site, and we'll put it under our special shopping cart. You want to do a special shopping cart with that? Yeah, we'll do a special shopping cart with it. So, free projector with a quart of our. And we got left available as the Cinema Complete. So that'll be on there. It's one shopping cart, first come, first serve. They get the projector with buy the paint, get a free projector. So first come, first serve. And for those that are saying, well, what does it look like? I'll drop some links in the shopping carts. You can see if that projector we use. That's the one I had sitting back at freaking 19 feet from my screen. It was on 127 inch and a bay of windows, and it's actually being used on the Complete Cinema. That thing looks incredible on our setup. So yep. I think we don't need any more. I think we got everything with the gray and white demonstration. Let me see. Oh, I should have used those. Those would have been nice. Do we hit the bottom of our pictures? No, we haven't hit the bottom. We're still going. Oh man. Yeah. Now it does have a brand new lamp in it because I did install a brand new lamp to it, so that's good. So we'll put that in here today. projector, we can ship to you for free. We can stick it inside of a medium-sized box. We'll pat it real nicely, and we'll ship it right out to you. So first come, first served. Now, if it doesn't make it on the website, then because somebody beat you to it. Usually people will contact us and go, hey, look, can I put in an invoice? We had people do that before. They do put an invoice to override a shopping cart quick so they can get it for themselves. But we'll put a couple. I can see, I got to figure out how many we got. But I do know we have that one that ViewSonic. The other female, she got the other one. Sorry, let me say female. Other customer, I do apologize for that one. Other customer, she got the other one. She got one of the projectors. I have two of them, but she got one of them. Do I still got the BenQ? I gave the BenQ short throw away. I gave that away to the customer. Customer walked out with a lot of our projectors. We're using them. I'm trying to think what else we may have in there, but I'll figure out what we got in there. I'm probably gonna use my popcorn machine. I've used my popcorn machine a while either. Do 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 do. Yeah, we need these. All these. Okay, I don't think I went any farther than that. I think we're good on our end. If I got any more in there, I'll find them. But I'm pretty sure we're good on this one. Come on, take me out of here. All right. We got 47 in, so that's not bad. 47 in. There we go. Wait, let me see something for a minute. No, we are missing. We're missing, let me see. This is one, let's see right there. There's supposed to be one with this, the splatter. Where's the splatter? Let me just slow this down a little bit. Because there's supposed to be a splatter display. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, we are missing some. There's a bunch of them missing. Just one for a splatter display. Where is that one at? Oh, Mother George. This is going to take too long. I'm going to go in here and just upload it from a folder. I know I got a folder in here with all those pictures attached to it. I just make it easier. I'm going to look through all those, just go in and grab me a folder and just take all of them down and just put them back in. There we go. I'm just going to knock out a folder. That's Scarlet Samurai. I love this thing. Oh, that would be hot. That'd be hot for Taco's page. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. Raining gold coins. Oh, we definitely doing this. Is gonna be hot for Taco's page. I want something different for his page. Let me see. Yeah. This is what I need. I got the gifts on YouTube perfect. Yeah. What do we got here? The raining gold coins. Got the images. Cause I want to do something different with his page. Oh yeah, that'd be hot. That's gonna be hot. That's definitely gonna be hot. That'd be nice if it moved. Yeah, we need something raining gold coin. His name is Golden Taco, legendary Golden Taco. And yes, we discussed that when it was in there. Taco. No, they fell in love with Taco. They fell in love with Taco. So yes, Taco has his own screen paint. Taco screen paint. All proceeds for Taco paint goes to the SPCA to help other animals out, and they're happy with that. They're definitely on board to do some charity work for Taco's paint. Yes, Golden Taco. I'm gonna get myself a taco t-shirt too. Taco t-shirt. Yeah, right. Taco. Look at this. Taco's paint. Taco. There we go. Where's the pictures for this? Let me see. Pretty sure we did these already. That's our outside demonstrations. Tacos displays. 39 Black Widow. My peoples. What was this right here? Black versus, oh yeah, it was black versus black demonstrations. Okay. Maybe we need them right there. Outdoor demonstrations. Ooh, here they go. This is what I was looking for. I knew we had this folder in here somewhere. Boom, this should be all of them. Yep, that's it. That's every last one of them. What's this one right here? This is the one with the spider. All right, we have, let me see. We have that one. What's this one right here? That's the other one. That's one folder. We're still missing. This is the second one right here. Okay. This one with the movie display. Do we have the movie display on here? Oh, I should basically one in. And I'm gonna upload them anyway, just in case. You can always take them off if I got them up there. If I duplicated them, I'll put them in right now. And I go get the other one. This one I'm definitely gonna do. I want to do something raining for Taco and gold. What's this one right here? In that black background, that's what we need. It's gold, I tell you, gold in them there hills, gold. All right, this is done over here. Let me see. That's finished. That's gonna go bring another one too. Drag that one other folder down. I'll go over here and work over here. Wait, don't say this Gravers. Okay, that's the other one. So another one's supposed to pop up too. Church demonstrations, contract demonstrations. Okay. See, called me like 3 times in a row. I told you. Freaking obsessed. No, we calling them. I don't go to none of this freaking chat. No, why would I be in there? First things first, why in the world would I even go into a freaking room where they're explaining this gray screen paint, something we did 10 years ago? Like, there's nothing in there I could possibly learn anything in that room at all, period. So this is a waste of my time. I could be here working on my website and basically listening to that freaking lecture that on absolute nothingness. I'll take this whole section right here. Right here, this is what we're gonna need this right here. There's just no point. I knew we had new pictures on that one. I can see it and call them up. No, I don't do that, man. I don't do that, man. So yeah, we're busy. We're working. This guy will contact me. I gotta show you. We're gonna post the text messages. I got it. We're gonna build a blog. We're gonna post his text messages up there. These weird numbers he contacts us on. Boy, he rants, man. He just cries and cries and cries about everything. What are you mad about? I mean, you in the video. That's what my friend was like. What the freak is he crying about? It's you in the video. What is wrong with you? You're sitting there crying and whining about the video. So we don't know that, yeah, he got exposed in the video. Because he was his product match house paint. So he got exposed. And because of that, he's been crying and whining on my phone, going full Karen mode. Now they won't call the other phone, the other connection on the website, because that has detailed. We can trace calls on that one. Only gonna be trace calls on it, but basically it records your text, voice, everything. We can actually play it back on right there on our page, which we don't do that with customers. Customers, your stuff is confidential, so no, we don't do that. But as for you you trolls, at the end of the day, oh yeah, I'll play your voice out with no problem whatsoever. Because guess what? When you call that number, it tells you your phone call is being recorded for training purposes. So the minute you start talking, you gave up your consent that fast. Yes, sirree. All right, we're gonna take this one right here too. I think that one. I want the one. We got the. I know we got the shot with the PS4s outside, right? There we go. Oh, this is looking pretty nice. I want that other one in there too. The other setup in there. All right, we do these both at the same time. Go find ourselves some more gold. Go, 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 go. Go ahead and go gifts. You got that right there. Animation background. Falling. Let me see what this one is right here. I ain't see it in this one. All right, I need to upload media from here. Get it from my computer. Oh, that one's nice. That one's real nice. I like this one right here. Where's my page at? There we go. I like that one. What's the other one I got on here? Now, how we have the background with the samurai, and you can see the cherry blossoms fall in the background. This is how I'm gonna do Golden Taco. So you're gonna see in the background, see money dropping, but in the back, in the front, you're gonna see the video players and all that stuff, artwork and stuff like that on his product of Golden Taco. All right, let me see. We got these already done. I'm jumping back and forth between my machines, getting more information we need. What's this one? All right. Gray versus black. We did that one already. Where's the other one at? Gunmetal. Do we do that one? Okay, it's going to this right here. I need one more backdrop for some raining gold to set his up. So I'm putting this one at the bottom, and this is going to be the bottom right here. So it shows where the gold lands at, and this is going to be for the backdrop. So like it's backdrop and it lands at the bottom where it's spilling over. That's how I'm going to set it up for his page. That's not giving it to me. We don't have it. Let me see. Let's try that one again. This one's nice. I like that one. That's a more better one than the other one. I'll take that one too. I need something to match that background. This would be nice for matching the background. That would look nice. Let me see. I take this one right here too. No, they don't got it. So let me test this out and see what this will be like. Let me see. I know I just transferred over to this page real quick. Where is the editing part? There's the editing. So let's go over to the editing. I'm gonna check this out real quick. I do both of these at the same time. So the metal screen. Let's see. Kind of bummed out. No paperwork today. I love doing paperwork. Love doing paperwork. All right, we need this one right here. We need this whole entire section here. This is the outside display. Wait, no. Then where did that go to? Cancel that. Ah, mother freaking George. Seriously? Dropped out the whole menu. Okay, there it is right there. All right, so what happened here? This is supposed to be the other one. How come that's not in there? I'm not seeing that. That's one. Where's the other one at? Okay. All right, people, I'm going to finish up. I got things I got to finish up the rest of this work, and I'm getting caught up in this. So I got to finish uploading for this, and I got to finish Taco's site over here. I want to do that freaking display on there and see how that's going to look. Let me go over to his page real quick. Where's Taco at? Extreme with Taco. Dark Legend Unicorn. There's Golden Taco. All right. I'm going to take out. I'm changing these right here. Did I expand these pages? Which pages expanded? Nope, neither one were expanded. All right, this is what we're going to have to do. I got to expand both these pages. Both these pages need to be expanded. So we're going to basically go into, as a matter of fact, let's go into quick editing. And let's go to the layout. And we're going to expand the pages, make them a little bit bigger than what they were. This is what I love about this whole section right here. You can actually design your page on how you want it. Ooh, we can do it that way. That'd be quick. We can put in like 2 different effects in here. Let me see something for a minute. Man, okay. We have options. Y'all can play around with this a little bit before we set it in gold. Set it in gold, set it in stone. Ha ha ha. All right, we're gonna use the big one here. This will give me the expansion right there. And then for this one right here, I want to put another bigger one for this one right here. But we can shrink it. Can we shrink it? Well, can we put 2 backgrounds back there? Oh, you can't. You got to put an image in the background. So that has to be transferred over to an image to do that. That's the problem. All right, we're just going to expand the size of it and just make it bigger. That's what we want to do. So we'll make it a little bit bigger for the size. Because this has got to come out anyway. All right, I'm going to take this out real quick. Come back in, and then what we're going to do is we're going to change our background here. Oh no, we need to change background. Change the background strip because the image is over here. I'm going to upload that folder. It's not going to be in there. We're going to upload it. I need the coins falling. Here we go. Is the coins falling? It's the bottom one. We need where's the coins falling? Let's see. It's not in there. There we go. That should be the coins falling. Bam. I'll take this one. Just want to get an idea how cool this would look. All right, now let's take this side right here, take the background for this one, and can we make this one solid? Let me see, if I do this in multi-bud, I wonder what effect I would get from if I just did it in one solid form. So let me see. I need to go into, where's the settings for that? Change out the strip. Should be in here. Let me see. There it is. There's the settings. Let's see if we can change out that to one solid. What we get out of that. All right, then let's go in and let's change this one out to this one. Change your image to that one. Matter of fact, no. I want a bigger drop. I want 2 of those back to back. So, let's go to site file and grab it again and put it in again for another site file. We'll take this one and put this in for the background. There we go. But we need to change this over to a solid image. Right there, full image, full scale. There we go. Now we got it raining down. And this is this is not correct here. All right. I don't like the way this looks. Let's go to background. We have editing there. Where's the editing at? The layout is a little short. The layout, let me see. Right to left, left to right. No, we don't want that. That's not what we're asking for. We need to, where is that background setting for that? All right. I gotta change this out, but not allow me to do it. Something we need in there. Let me see. Can I expand it? Full screen, half page. No, that's something completely different. We don't want that. Come back over here to pop up. Let me see. The layout here, stretch. We're not gonna stretch it. Oh, okay. Come in from here. Let's go into settings. But no, it's supposed to be in editing. It's literally supposed to be in editing, but it's not there. All right, let's just take out the whole piece because there's something missing here. It's supposed to show something here that allows me to be able to edit. So we'll wipe that whole section out because something's missing there. It's not playing right. All right, we're going to add in another section here. This is what's supposed to pop up. All right, there we go. Now let's go get this out of here. Let's remove this whole section. Get rid of that. We don't need that in there. Now let's go over in here. We should go there. Quick editing. That was missing. The option was there. Was gone. There's quick editing. This will allow me to be able to expand the page of what I want to do. Put a layout right here. This is if you want to basically cut half your page here. Maybe you want some information here. You want to move over here. You can change your background art, however way you want to put it, or where you want to section it, how you want to put the layout in. We just want to expand the size, make it bigger. But we need to cover the entire page. There we go. That's what we want right there. All right, perfect. All right, cool. Now we'll go in and take that out, and then we'll change the background because it was basically not covering it. This was white and this was white. It's supposed to cover the whole thing. So now we go back in and we go into our change strip background, go into images, go to our site files, and we'll grab the same thing with the coin drop here. We should be popping over here. We don't need that. We're good. We need this right here. There we go. And we'll put that in for the background. Now it's got these different tiles to it. If you don't want to see the tiles, which I like the tiles, just actually dropping more gold, but we change that. You go into the settings here. This will allow you to go down and change it from here. So we change from tile to scale fill, and there you go. And that's already done. This is how you change your backgrounds. You want to change your backgrounds, make them look interesting, make them come to life. This page is fun, man. We're going to have a lot of fun on this page, but it allows you to be able to utilize anything you want. We're not even scratching the barrel, the bottom of the barrel of what you can do on this site. This is nothing what you can do on here. I was going through some of this stuff on here. I'm going to put a dummy page in for me just to play around in on what you can do with this stuff. Let me see. If you got videos loaded to your account, oh, there's so much cool stuff you can do. They got these special video players, but they require that drag and drop for that one right there. All right, so now we're at the bottom. We're going to put in another section here. I'm going to grab this right here. And we're going to expand this right here. Take this out right here. All together. Go over here. Oh, no, we'll go to quick editing. So now we're going to change out. This allows you to change this way you want to. So say if you want to go in and you want to put like design here and you want to explain the specifications of your products. So you can come over here and say, okay, I just want to put this in right here. See? And they'll change it where you have this artwork right here and you can put your design there if you want to do it that way. But we don't want that. For us, we need the big page. The big expansion. There we go. So that's what we're using because we're using those for background design. All right, now it's done. Come out of it quick right there. Boom, page goes back up. And then we pick out what we want to put in there. So I'm going into, oh, not delete. What are you doing? We're going into change background strip. Now you can choose videos if you want to put in. You got your own videos, put this in for your background, images, or just color if you want to. It's all up to you. Got to lose that creative mind. Got to think outside the box. Some people just can't think outside the box. You got to think outside the box. That's why I sat there and said, you thought when we looked the page that we had for the Black Series, the first when we were in the complex and we were I was passing my business cards and they were going to the site. It was all, ooh, yes, that because you've seen the numbers and things moving all around. That's what you want. You want the site to be entertaining. Even if no one's going on there to buy, they're still spending time on the site just looking around at all the cool stuff you have on there. You have to make it interesting. That's why I sat there and said, man, I go to a lot of websites and it's a yawn fest. Like, oh, it's like sitting inside of a long, slow elevator with the most boring music you can ever hear. Do 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 do. There you go. And so you go into an elevator and it's a heavy metal band waiting for like, yeah, pull you, and then just throw you up there. That's how I want my website to be. You're like, wow, that's a mind-blowing experience. I'm going in for round 2. That's what we want. We want that insaneness to go through the site. Let's see. We gotta get something from the computer. I love this. Yeah. All right, so what we had here. The money drop, the money change. We're just seeing exactly how this was gonna look. How we want to do it. Let me see. Let's see, where's that money? The money stack. Where we got it? Where we at? Is this it? I think this is it. No. We just did this. Falling money. That's the falling money, right? Yeah. Where's the other one at? No, that's not the falling money. That's the other one. Okay, here we go. This one we need. There we go. That looks great. We'll take that one right there. Did they use Frank Sinatra's thing for that one? Yeah, some Frank Sinatra is good music. I love Frank's music. Let me see. Hey, Taco, what's going on? Taco's room is going to be sick. So Taco gets a master bedroom to himself. His room is going to be insane. We got 2 versions of the cat gems coming in for him. He's got his own screen put back there. He has his own Taco Paint. Yeah, his own advertising with his own product. Speaker system, which Taco needs a little classical music. He likes classical music. Got a couple big size hottie boxes in there for him. Yo, hottie box. And I'm gonna pick him up an amazing freaking. Oh, we're gonna hook up his litter box is gonna be pretty cool. I saw that self stern, what do I think? Litter box. He's gonna get one of those, and he's gonna get one of those wheels to run on. I've been dying to get in one of those. His room is gonna be hooked up. Yeah, he's gonna get it. His room is gonna be hooked up. We're gonna do a 120-inch screen in his room. Ain't that right, Taco? Yes. Taco room is gonna be hooked up. I got the bubble bag for Taco. So basically, there's a bag we put him in where space can come through the bubble, and I'm gonna be picking up just to have some fun around the city. I'm picking up one of those, what do you call it? Those electric unicycles. I love those things, man. I'm definitely getting one of those. A lot of people think, but you have to learn to ride a unicycle first. I grew up in this 1968, running in the 70s. Those things were actually all the craze. Every kid you had one of those things. I can ride a unicycle. In the pogo stick, those are famous things I had back then. The pogo stick, the kick and go, all those, yeah. We had one of those kids. A green machine, if you had one of the big wheels, yeah. The Tonka trucks. You put one knee into the freaking, what do you call it? The dunk truck. The dunk truck was the most favorite part of all the Tonka trucks. I had the entire set. And the ones that the kids liked the most was the dunk truck, because you can stick one knee into it and you can push yourself down the road. If you remember having those memories. But unicycle, yeah, I had one of those. This is a unicycle with a freaking electric unit. Oh man, I love it. I'm getting one for fun. And that right, Taco. We can zip all over the place with that bad boy. There's a couple of them. All right. Let me show you, Taco. We're going to do a modified case swap. Oh, this is going to be fun. So basically, we're going to take one of these computers, actually one I got on the floor, and we're going to actually modify it. So basically, into something crazy. We can actually swap out the case and everything. Involving some soldering, some stuff I got to do on here. But anyway, it's going to be fun. Some more? Come here. Go. I saw a couple of sports bars up here. You know what I'm doing. Yeah. So, with the complex, they've already been to my website. They love what they saw. They're very interested in the product, but they also have some other business ties in the city, and a few of them are sport bars. They're very interested in getting screens installed into the sports bars. This is why we need our consent forms, because we want to have all these people that are going to be enjoying our products. We want to have their consent, so that way we can see their reaction on how they like the new technology. And these people are very well connected in the business field. Yes, I love it. Now you add some upgrades and some background shots to it, and we're good. So, which I do like. I'm going to start working on this today, Taco's product. So we're working on 2 websites at the same time today. Actually, I'm working on 3. No, 1. The other site's finished. The only thing we have to do on the new site, the Black Series, is basically start uploading our customer demonstrations and basically other. We want to put other videos. That's probably going to expand it because, like I said, we had video demonstrations we want to do out here now. And now, since I found out that the establishment that I'm going to be blessed to be at has a massive size conference room, which I can go in and do business meetings in there. I can do whatever I want in there, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to do my YouTube videos in there, my streams for my YouTube videos in there, some of them in there. And also, too, since I have big bay windows, a lot of the tenants are walking back and forth. They'll get a chance to see the technology. So that's why we need a consent form so we can see their reaction after looking at that black technology right there. Oh, yes, this is going to be awesome. Not more. The money is going to be fantastic, but it's more of the exposure. Because, man, like I said, I'm developing all that crazy technology in that house, and I'm not getting the exposure that I needed. Online, I can only go to a certain level, but offline, the exposure is amazing we're getting off of it. And just seeing how people are reacting to the technology we're displaying on the website. Like I said, our websites are like no other. We have things displayed on our website that nobody is doing. And that's the whole purpose of it all, to show that we are much different, much more superior than everyone else. Now, for people who want to sit there and say, oh, you're just bragging, I have that right. I worked my butt off for freaking over 10 years. So I had that right to go in and say my technology is the best. I backed my product. So everyone sits there and says, oh, you don't. Yes, I do. I've backed my product on every level. I have that right. People out there making these statements should not be making these statements because they haven't done all the tests yet. If you're going to claim to be as good as us, then you have to beat all our demonstrations. And I mean, every single one of them. And since they can't do that, then guess where that puts us at? Half of them haven't even done enough certified screens and considered to be good products at the end of the day. How many certified screens have you even done? None. Outdoor demonstrations. We actually have the most outdoor demonstrations out of any products. Do the research. So many people have demonstrations matching ours. You don't? Well, I'm not coming out here calling myself the king or God. None of that dumb nonsense at the end of the day. But we do have a right to say our product is the best because we backed it. So whole purpose of my product is, and I ever sit there and say on camera, say, oh yeah, I'm gonna sell tons of paint, so I'm gonna be this, we're doing to be a multi-millionaire. But at the end of the day, like I said, I have things I want to do with that money. So I can buy lavish boats and mounts of houses and jewelry and blah blah blah. You don't hear me talk like that on camera. The first thing I say is, yeah, I get that kind of money. If I'm blessed to get that kind of money, my money's going into charity. My money's going to help other people out. I was looking at areas where I can actually buy large amounts of land and start designing those nice small homes. I've seen people turning those sheds, those storage sheds. You have like 16 feet high storage sheds they have over at Home Depot. They convert those into nice little luxury homes. This would be nice for people who have no place to go, who don't have a home at the end of the day. They can have a little piece of land and they can have a nice little home to call their own. This is the kind of stuff I think about when it comes to getting that kind of money at the end of the day. And about having fancy this and fancy that. I'm happy with having a nice little piece of land, nice little piece of a little house on it. I'm good. But it gives me the ability to take that money and help other people out with it. Couldn't care less about driving this or having this at the end of the day. It's more important about helping other people out. And that's what my company will be able to do. And that's the direction I'm pushing in. We need to give better technology to our customers, but we can take that money and do something better with it. That's the whole purpose of it all, people. There's so many different things you can do with it. There's people out there don't have enough money, food to eat, and kids going hungry, and all kinds of stuff. We're the richest country, almost just about the richest country in the world. It shouldn't be heard of. How many of y'all, when you walk past a homeless person, puts $1 in his cup? $1. That's it, just $1. Some people sitting there with a pocket full of money will walk over a homeless person and not even take $1 out of his pocket. But hey, be careful, because you can end up in the same situation easily. It can happen to you. This is what I wanted. I wanted this right here. I don't know why I couldn't get this one to pull. There we go. This is what I wanted. I'm taking this whole section here. I got things to do. Organizations, people to help out. If it was money for me, I can get far more for my technology than what I'm charging now. A whole lot more. And I got people that can basically market my product to get it exactly where I need it, into the hands of people that can afford it. That'd be jacked up, wouldn't it? So I don't have to go down this route. If I was going to do that, I could have even just sold out to one of these companies and just took my money and just disappeared. All my stuff is registered. All I do is just transfer all my rights over to any company that says, look, I'm just transferring everything over to you guys and you take over. If I do that, that defeats my purpose. It actually makes me a hypocrite at the end of the day, because it's the whole reason why I got into this field, to even the playing field. All right, I'm going to take this whole section right here. Take this one first. Along with it too. I got things I've been researching on solar energy. This EcoFlow battery systems are freaking amazing. So that means if I can figure out a way to get a more affordable kind of solar to power those particular communities, that means at the end of the day, that is a person that can move into a place that will have free power. I'm not going to charge them for something that basically we can generate from the sun. My company will pay for everything else. I'm not worried about that. We can move them into an area where they can have a good piece of land. They can decide to grow their own food if they want to, or they can basically just buy it. It's up to you. Some people prefer to grow their own, so they got a little piece of land out there that's designed so they can basically grow whatever they want to do. You want to get completely off the grid, if that's what you want to do, but areas a little farther out, a little off the grid, if someone's a little farther in. And then buy land, it's not that expensive. To build those particular homes, we can do them out of shipping containers, or we can do them out of the luxury sheds. I technically prefer the shipping container, to tell you the truth, because it's a well-structured sound unit. And then on top of that, those things are hurricane-proof on top of that. So I'd rather have those instead, to tell you the truth. But let's see where we go with that. But doing it by solar energy would be fantastic. Now I can do it Tesla with their battery power wall, which is kind of a bit of expensive, or the EcoFlow has a beautiful battery system. I think they're called the Delta something 1300s or whatever, but they're pretty amazing. And that means I can run the entire house completely energy free with no problem whatsoever. Now, as for heat and hot water, you get something called an electric water heater. They're about the size of a Captain Crunch box. They're really small, convenient, really small, and compact. Let's say convenient, but compact. And you can run basically heat and air conditioner with a ductless system, which means that does both. So they have air conditioning, they have heat, and then on top of that, we can heat all the hot water through the electric water heater. Now, as for water, basically you can drop reserve tanks in there and have them filled ahead of time, but you can also do something called rain harvesting or water harvesting, where basically you collect rainwater. Do you have any idea how much rain falls in the sky? You would be amazed on how much rain hits the earth. Literally, you could be collecting all that free rain that goes into a tank, which goes into a system that allows the water to be clean. It's a system that they have for filtrating and cleaning the water. That's why I said that water is the biggest scam of it all. Water is a huge scam. At one point it wasn't, because you did have to pay for these companies to go out and clean the water to make it drinkable. But even after they clean the water, it's still not drinkable. A lot of you people buy bottled water at the end of the day, or you have some kind of, pay some kind of company that comes out to fill out a water tank for you to basically go in and drink water from this machine. I'm talking about the water coolers, what they call them things in the day. Some people have those, or some people have a system attached to their faucet to clean the water that's supposed to be clean, that you can drink, that you're paying for. If that's the case, you might just do water filtration or water harvesting, because you're really paying for something that is coming from the sky every day for free. And people say, well, I pay my water bill because it comes with a shower. Guess what that does? When you basically, my sister lives up in an area, my niece lives in another area where there's not a lot of, no plumbing or pipes. And they use water harvesting up there. Look it up on YouTube. And you can actually design this plumbing system where you can actually pump water into your showers, into your wash machine, into your sinks and all that. And there's also a system that allows to clean the water so it makes it drinkable. You do all that for free. It's called water harvesting. That's what it's called. It's a name for it. Because already from the door, if you're saying, well, I'm paying for the convenience of having water pushed into my home, well, you can't even drink that water. Some of us can't even drink it. So you have to turn around and get a system for your faucet so you can basically clean the water so you could drink it. Or what most people do is they just buy a bunch of bottled water. So that makes a lot of sense. You're paying money for bottled water, but yet you're paying a water bill at the same time. I don't know what's more hilarious. Paying a water bill in the middle of basically as it's raining. That's free. Every time the sun hits your house, that's free energy. So when I sit there and tell you that you're not going to see any money for a couple of years, no, you're going to see money right away. How would you not see money for a couple of years? The fact you don't have to pay an electric bill means the money that you were using to save for the electric bill, you now put that in your pocket. That's an automatic return right there from the door. I can never understand that. Unless at the end of the day, your freaking your panels literally cost more than your electric bill, then that doesn't make any sense at all. You might just stick to the electric bill. All right, I'm going to take this whole section right here. So I don't get that part at all, period. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I've been studying. Hydroelectric energy is another thing I've been studying too. All right, these are we're dropping in our gray versus these are outdoor demonstrations on gray versus on gray versus our black technology. And Taco, you want to do a hoagie today? Do a hoagie, a shrimbole? So we just go to shrimp pick up a shrimbole. That's what I'm getting a kick out of too. Just being able to leave the house and be able to just pick up what I want. I like that. Finally went out and bought new gear, went to Foot Locker, did a little shopping, bought some sneakers and some gear and whatever I needed. And new clothes. Then I put on new clothes every day. I like that. Definitely gonna be going out to Mitch and Ness. It's Mitch and Ness, right? To go pick up some hockey jerseys. Gonna get in the Flyers. I'm planning to go to a couple of games. I want to throw back in the Flyers, and I want to throw back in the Phillies, Sixers. Yeah. So we already got plans already set up for this summer. Amusement parks, everything, man. I'm gonna have me a ball. They got airsoft out here. Yeah, they got airsoft, people. Airsoft. Airsoft. I'm gonna break out my ghillies. Cause that's what I like to use. My ghillies. I wonder if I can get an AA-12 and a freaking airsoft. That would be nice if I can get an AA-12. Look that one up. Like, gee whiz Louise. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to carry AA-12 when I do my when I do some airsoft. I think they got it up here. They should have it up here. My sister was telling somebody from her job. They do it. They do airsoft. Oh man, it's gonna be so much fun. That's where I'm probably gonna be at most of the time. Having some fun. Went to a coffee shop yesterday. Got myself a Danish. I usually don't drink coffee a lot, but I had me a nice hot cup of coffee. I haven't had one in a while. I haven't drunk coffee in about a couple of years. And sat there and just looked out the window. That's what I did. Just stare out the window. Let me see. Anything else? I'm looking for the other demonstrations. We don't have those in there. I'm just going to go in there and pull them from someplace else. Those are the ones I wanted. Now for my birthday, I'll be 55. I'm decided. Either I'm going to England, Japan, or Ireland. Going to one of them, but I haven't decided which one yet. I'm not doing the whole airport thing. No, I'm going through private jet. That's what I'm going through. This is my birthday. I want to do something really nice. I haven't really had a chance to really splurge and have a little fun. So I'm definitely going to do private jet, limousine pickup. That's what I want. Go down with a group of my friends. They're all going down together with me. Do a little shopping, watch some movie. Go down and check out I like the arts. So I'm going to museums, all that stuff. That's the first place I like to hit. Going to Japan, I'm going shopping like galore. My goodness, yeah, because they got some pretty cool stuff in there. I think they got a Sega shop down there somewhere. Yeah, I'm definitely doing some major shopping down there. Well, the good thing about it is now with the new place and all, I'll get a chance to enjoy it. Actually going to get a chance to sit down, watch a movie. I'm barely going to do any videos probably. I'm going to do a couple of videos probably in my new gaming room and my workshop over there. And I'm going to show off the setup, my ultra short those set up for the living room. But most of my demonstrations are going to be downstairs in that conference room. I can't wait to set up there. I'm gonna do a floor display first down there, and then I'm gonna do a probably 120-inch gaming screen. I'll bring my gaming PC down, do some gaming off of it, and do live streams off of it. So they have a huge bay window, a huge massive bay window. You can just shut that if you want privacy. I'm opening mine up. I want people to see that technology going off in that room. And they're all interested. They were saying when I get set up, they want to come down, they want to see it. These are board of directors. I want to check if you're owners who own this complex. They want to come down, they want to see what I'm showing off. So already they've been talking about me already. I dropped my first business card in there, and they went to the website. The woman loved it. She was going through it. She's sharing my website to the other people that are the investors of that whole place. So yeah, this will be nice. This is a nice start to have this complex interested in the technology, and they're already building new buildings as we speak. They actually, I've seen bulldozers in different sections where they're actually expanding. So imagine when they expand these units out, my technology will be, and it's part of that development in there. Now, once we hit that field in there, then we have to change some things about Mr. Bird's rent. Mr. Bird needs free rent. Because if I'm basically going in and I'm installing this technology, guess what we need to do? We need to keep Mr. Bird happy. So Mr. Bird is going to get free rent, and that's definitely going to come up. And this shouldn't be a problem. Because if you're going to incorporate my technology into those new developments, then guess what? I'm getting free rent. Which I doubt I'm going to be there that long, because like I said, my goal is once I leave from there is now, since I got a lay of the land, I got an idea of what I like out there, I'm looking to move a little farther out and get myself some farmland, maybe about 2 or 3 acres. I'm going to build myself a nice little home on there, and then that's where I'm going to be at. I'm going to do that by solar power. I'm doing that by solar, and I'm doing it with water harvesting, which means I'm not paying any bills whatsoever, period. So that's what I'm planning to do. And that'll give me, why I'm out there, I can research water, a little bit more depths on water harvesting instead of reading it in the book or watching videos on it. I can get hands-on experience with it, and I can understand a little bit more on hydroelectric energy, which is something I'm really fascinated with, which I'm actually building a prototype unit that will allow you to be able to power items with just water and a what do you call it, like the windmill or turbine or whatever. That's what I'm doing. I'm actually building something like that, a prototype, which would be interesting when I get done with it. That is what I want the farmland for work, for that, to experiment and some other things I've got my mind on. Now, if this thing actually works the way I should, then this would make it easier. This would be like a portable power station that can be dropped anywhere, that can be fueled by water. It's gonna be pretty cool. And mine goes in other places besides screen paints. There are the things I want to build at the end of the day. This will give me the money to be able to build some of the things I want to design. I think if I was going to charge for rent for those units, it'd probably be like $50. I know people say that's insane. Why do I need the money? If I have companies that are making me tons of money, what do I need the money for? I mean, $50 is all I would charge for rent. This has had to be for people who basically that are either homeless or very low income families that are really struggling or having a hard time. Because why would I charge them $800, $900 for what? There's no point in that. If I have companies where God is blessing me to make millions and millions of dollars, what would I need the money for? I can never understand that people are blessed to have so much money, and yet they always want more. What you need more for? You can't take it with you. You're going to pass off this earth, and that money's going to stay right there. Somebody else is going to take it, and they're going to use it, and they're going to spend it the way they want to spend it against the things that you don't want to spend at the end of the day, and that's what's going to happen to it. All your possessions that you collect on the earth will be right here. You won't be touching them. Somebody else will. That's why I said I love that part in the Bible. It says, man works by the sweat of his brow, just give to another. Everything you work for is going to somebody else. It's just yours. You're just borrowing it. That's all. And then when you pass off the earth, it will go to somebody else. They will get it. It's no longer yours anymore. That's why you put your trust, you chase God, you don't chase money. Because when I pass off this earth, I know where I'm going. I don't, these possessions here, they come and go. That's it. My 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 final home is in heaven. It's not here. God just makes a way for me while I'm here to do what has to be done. And while I'm doing this, my business and all, I am going to be talking about the Lord. I am going to be talking about God. Now, it's up to them, to people. If they want to hear it, they don't. It's up to them. I don't push things on people. At the end of the day, you should never push on people, but at least it's there. But they will know that all businesses by Mr. Bird will be Christian establishments, and we give all glory to God. And that's how we do things. But if I'm doing establishments for people who can't afford to be able to, you know, to live, then why am I going to charge them $800 or 900 or for that kind of? I'm not doing that. Then that'd be $50. That's it. They can basically earn their money by doing things to help the community. That's what they can do. Everybody helps each other out and get paid for that. And that way they can help each other out with this or that. If somebody has a special skill or something that they do best, you can incorporate that into the business for helping people out on that establishment. My company can hire people. Oh, I'll be so glad when I can start hiring people. That's going to be really, really nice. I plan to hire a lot of college kids fresh out of college because I think that's kind of jacked up. Kid gets out of college, or, you know, young man or young woman gets out of college, and of course they don't have the experience. They got to work to get the experience, but people don't want to hire them because they don't have the experience. So how are they going to get the experience if you don't hire them? It's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my entire life. So if you give them a chance, you never know. This person could, you're shutting down somebody can have all different kinds of ideas that can basically do some amazing things for your business, but you're willing to shut that down because you want somebody that's more experienced in the business. Well, how are they going to get the experience if you don't give them the experience? And that's why I want to hire a lot of people coming out of college, because I can give them a chance to give them a good job right there from the start, and they can have the experience. And it's a nice thing they can put on their resume. Because you're going to turn down these young minds at the end of the day. How are they going to get the experience if you don't give them the opportunity to get the experience? Never can understand that one. Somebody has to give them the opportunity. Just like that man who has the more experience than everybody else, and somewhere along the line, someone gave him the opportunity to get the experience to have what he has now to obtain the job he has he's getting later. So how are they going to start if people don't give them a chance? You know, if I did other properties where rent was a little bit more different, you know what I mean, because the people that can afford it, I would have it. So for me, that I would do is I would say the month of December would be free rent. That's our gift back to our. I would do it if I had an apartment complex and I was doing it on that level where we were charging people, you know, can afford that kind of rent. I would have the month of December would be free rent. Who wouldn't love that at the end of the day? Free rent for December. Like, that's really going to hurt your pocketbook at the end of the day. You're making tons of money, then you give it one freaking month, it's really going to hurt you. I mean, I can understand if people did it, but I would do it that way. Then that way, because first thing people have to worry about in December is you have to buy gifts, and Christmas is a really big time to buy. You have to buy a lot of stuff and do this and that and the other, blah, blah, blah. And then you got to worry about your rent. You know, you got bills and stuff you got to pay, but you got to worry about your rent. Now, imagine if you didn't have to worry about that. Imagine for the month of December, rent was free. Can you imagine how much breathing room you would have at the end of the day? Oop, I gotta take this call. These are lawyers. I guess they figure if you're going to get the DBA, then you're basically going to go in and get a license along with it. So they put it all in one thing. But I already just paid for a license already. And the license requires for me to have an application for the DBA done, and also too for the EIN, which I have to call the IRS and do the name transfer for that one. So that pretty much clears that one section up. So yeah, I need to get that taken care of. Even that's tax deductible. I'm not paying for 2 licenses. It's not requested. It's not something I don't need. Yeah, that's what I'm going through right now with basically paperwork. So all the rest of the paperwork is finished and finalized. It's just that DBA is needed, and it's needed to finish the license for us to be able to sell in this particular area of the state. So that's what's needed. We had to get a federal and a local, and I forgot what the other one was. There's 3 of them we had to acquire to do it. So that's something that they requested for us to do. I'm looking for something here. I'm gonna have to go into my account to get those pictures because I can't find the pictures, and I'm not digging through all those pictures. I need particular pictures because pictures. I need to finish this out. So I got to come on this site right here and finish the demonstration page on this side for the Crystal Edge distributor, and then I got to come over here and finish Taco, and I got a couple of videos I have to put in here just for. I'm gonna check out the background video players and see how they play up. I'm curious to see how that will look. As a matter of fact, we got tacos here already done. Save changes. Hold on for a minute. All right, I gotta go, people. I gotta finish all this up. I'll be done. Thank you all, and God bless.